George, you want to do day number 2, which is December 14th? Let's pop her in.
Pretty tight in there.
Yeah.
There's not one in, like, even the one I have from the other place that you got me one from. It's the same thing. It's hard to get them out of these things. Oh, we got a stout of some sort here.
Yeah.
Close.
Should be good. There you go. All right.
What is day 2?
So day 2 is Sad Vlad. Or it's a Baltic Porter.
Baltic
George,
Porter.
come on this side for a bit. You can toss your head.
Maybe I should finish opening
Yeah,
up
finish
just in
opening up.
case, because
Yeah, just in case. Sounds good. All right, so day 2,
Day 2,
December 14th.
December 14th. So yeah, this one is Sad Vlad, our Baltic Porter that we did. This was Will Gaspar, one of our other brewers, his creation there. Really wanted to make a Baltic Porter because it seems like not many breweries are kind of going that route.
Yeah, we tend to do a lot of beers that no one else does.
Yeah,
which
some new
is
things.
the joy.
Yeah. So for this one, Will actually used a California common yeast for this one. Mangrove Jacks, shout out, fantastic yeast.
Cool.
Actually, I think this is one of the ones that I haven't tried.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
What was? Do you know what the? What makes a Baltic Porter a Baltic Porter?
That's a good question. See, this is Will's beer, so it's like
Sorry to put you on the spot, but you know, I like learning things.
what goes into a Baltic Porter? What does this style mean? Baltic style porter is a smooth, cold fermented, cold lagered beer, hence the Cali common yeast. So yeah, so at Craftheads, doing lagers is kind of like a tough thing for us because lagers typically take.
They're delicious.
Oh, they're great, and I love doing them.
A
but
lot of people do them really well.
just for our setup, it's just kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Just you gotta going more into like the business aspect of it. You got to look at tank residency time, and you know, with a lagered beer, you take up twice the amount of time that you would with an ale, which is what we typically do. So you got to look at it and go, do we really want to take up that tank for X amount of time? But this was a kind of a cool meeting in the middle with the Cali common yeast. So if you guys aren't familiar, the California common yeast used in steam beer, not in business anymore. I think they sold just recently.
Yeah.
But it is technically a lager yeast that you can ferment at ale temperatures. So yeah, we fermented this one at ale temperatures but it still kind of has those flavors you'd
That's nice
associate
and
with a lager.
smooth.
This one's also 8%, by the way.
We really just
I just
ramp
did
it up.
Well, I did the math on it, and I think this year the average alcohol percentage for the Advent calendar is 8%. So great for sharing.
Yeah, that's
No, there's a lot of chocolatey flavors in there.
Was it straight up grain? No like flavor.
No, there's no
like,
adjuncts,
chocolate.
nothing in here. It's just straight
Nice.
grain.
Yeah, there's no like astringency.
Still has some kind of like fruity berry characteristic on the back end.
Yeah, like raisin or
Yeah, some like dried fruit.
dried fruit. Yeah. Mm.
My nose isn't the best right now. We're tasting coming off of an illness, but yeah, I'm still getting.
Yeah, it's powering through.
Yes. But yeah, super smooth. And it's dry as well. Like there's not too much residual sugars there. But I guess that's what you're gonna get with the lager yeast.
How many yeast do you think we've tried, or not tried, but used?
Well, I mean, like the house yeast that we use all the time, like we typically use SO5 for everything. Then we have SO4 that we'll use. We use New England style yeast for the Tropical Whirlpool or any kind of New England style beers. And then tons and tons of different one-off yeasts. Like we really like the using the Kvike yeast if we want to turn over a beer really quickly.
Oh, Kvike yeast.
That was another learning experience with the Kvike yeast. We attempted one of our more popular beers, the New Vienna, originally started as a Kvike yeast, and you know, just I think we had probably 8 or 9 different iterations of that beer before we kind of settled on what we wanted to keep going with. But that's one of the fun things too, especially with the advent calendars. We get to use a bunch of different types of yeast. Even throughout the year, like our small batch beers, we're using different yeast, so it's not all the same.
It's fun going into the fridge and just seeing what yeast we ordered, and we're like, oh, we should really start using this yeast.
Yeah, using.
I remember doing like
Brett's.
one of the experiments we used to do was carboy experiments, and then we're like, oh, let's see which type of Hefeweizen yeast we want to do. So we do split a 20-gallon batch into like 4 5-gallon carboys, dose each carboy with a different type of Hefeweizen yeast from different companies, and see which one we like.
Yeah, which has the most kind of banana-y flavor or whatever we're going for at that point. But this one's really good. And I think we tried.
What's the name of this one?
So this one is Sad Vlad.
And what's the what was Will going with this one? Sad Vlad.
The image description that we sent off to Greg Maxwell, our artist for all of
at the Ugly Vision. If you you see this table, see any of our artwork, it is Greg Maxwell. Actually, our logo is Mateo, Roxanich Teo. Shout out to Teo. Greg Maxwell does all our logo, pretty much 99% of our logo artwork, and it is amazing. He's done, the advent calendars. So he's usually busy to begin with.
Yeah.
But to throw 24 different ideas at him to do in 24 days is pretty ridiculous. And it's amazing that he does that. And spits them out, and they're amazing.
We're pretty vague with our descriptions too, just because we like to see what Greg can kind of come up with.
Yeah.
So this one, for whatever reason, Will just decided this, but there was a meme going around of a dog that looked exactly like Vladimir Putin. And we sent that to Greg, and we're like, the description is dog that looks like Vlad Putin, see pic for reference. So
I'm very excited. That's part, I think part of the advent calendar. So doing it the past 4 years, I knew what the beers were, and I've tasted them. So the surprise that you guys get out there is not necessarily the surprise that I get. My surprise is seeing the artwork.
Yeah, I think Greg sent some, and I haven't looked at them yet. I don't really want to.
It is to visually see something that you create with just words. And then the style that Greg does his artwork, it's phenomenal. I love Greg's artwork, and you can tell posters that are done from different bars, if it's Greg's or not.
Greg does posters for tons and tons of local events. C-Jam, he just did one for Maiden Lane.
Yeah.
Fantastic guy. Stop by Dr. Disc, give him a shout, say hi to him.
Awesome. Just awesome artwork.
Yeah, this was a good one.
All right.